Rewinding number 25 Alabama's 90-81 loss to number 4 Kentucky. The top two teams in the SEC's preseason basketball poll met on national broadcast television on Saturday afternoon. Number 25 Alabama's noon CT tip-off at number 4 Kentucky aired on CBS, the first of two tied games on the network this regular season. The second will be its regular season finale March 5th against LSU. More in Alabama sports. Number 25 Alabama at number 4 Kentucky live stream, how to watch online, TV, time. Alabama shows signs of gelling ahead of trip to Kentucky, its sixth top 5 opponent. Nick Saban, Alabama's backup receivers did not capitalize on title game playing time. Alabama was a 7-point underdog to Kentucky, which won in the team's first meeting earlier this month in Tuscaloosa. Here were the live updates as the game progressed. Second half, Kentucky 90, Alabama 81. Alabama got the deficit down to 9 points after a Jaden Shackelford three-pointer, and had a chance to make it a one-possession game with about 30 seconds left. But Keon Ellis missed back-to-back three-pointers and Kentucky came up with the game-sealing rebound. Kentucky 85, Alabama 73. Alabama had some momentum, trimming Kentucky's lead down to 7 points with 4:53 left. Keon Ellis stole the ball from Kellan Grady, but then the Kentucky guard got it back and nailed another three-pointer to improve to 7 of 8 from deep. The Davidson transfer has been the difference today, and Kentucky is back up by 12. Kentucky 76, Alabama 64. Keon Ellis' first made three-pointer since the 9-minute mark of the first half cut Kentucky's lead to 12 points after it swelled to a game-high 15, but Alabama will need consistent shooting and defense in the final minutes to mount a comeback. Kentucky is still shooting better than 50%, including 67% from deep. Kentucky 74, Alabama 61. More of the same from Alabama, which missed 18 of a stretch of 19 three-pointers before Jaden Shackelford hit one with about 9 minutes left. 10 of Alabama's 17 shots in the second half have been three-pointers, and they have made only 2 of them. Kentucky 71, Alabama 58. As CBS noted on the broadcast, the bottom has dropped out for Alabama. Tide has missed 15 of its past 16 three-pointers and Kentucky is on a 17-2 run to open a game-high 13-point lead. The Wildcats' Kellan Grady is shooting 6 of 7 from deep, including 3 so far in the second half. Kentucky 59, Alabama 56. This game continues to be played in bursts, with Kentucky opening a 6-point lead early in the second half before Alabama stormed back with an 8-0 run to retake the lead. But the Wildcats have responded with 5 unanswered points of their own. For Alabama, Jaden Shackelford's three-pointer ended a streak of 10 missed threes, but Tide is still shooting one of its last 12. First half, Kentucky 47, Alabama 46. A disastrous final 5 minutes of the first half for Alabama, which led by 13 with 5:35 left. Kentucky then went on a 19-5 run, including scoring 13 unanswered points to end the first half. After starting 9 of 12, Alabama went cold from three-point range by missing its final 10 shots from deep. It also missed 9 of its final 10 field goals overall, and had 3 turnovers in the final minutes after having won in the first 15. Alabama 44, Kentucky 34. The pace of the game was torpedoed by more than a 5-minute stoppage in which officials deemed Alabama forward Darius Miles pushed Kentucky's Lanceware in the face, resulting a technical foul and free throws for the Wildcats. Alabama's scoring pace has also slowed, with the Tide missing its past 6 three-pointers after starting 9 of 12. Alabama 41, Kentucky 28. Alabama has opened up a game-high 13-point lead, forcing Kentucky to call another timeout. Tide cooled off from three-point range, missing 4 in a row to fall to 9-16 for the game. But they have scored 3 possessions in a row from inside the arc, including twice from Noah Gurley. Alabama 35, Kentucky 26. Keon Ellis has already tied an Alabama career high for Alabama by hitting 5 three-pointers in the game's first 12 minutes. Ellis once hit 8 three-pointers in a JUCO game for Florida Southwestern State against Miami Dade in December 2019. He started 5 of 5. Alabama 26, Kentucky 17. Noah Gurley, coming off the bench, made his first three-point attempt of the game to become Alabama's 4th player to connect from behind the arc. Tide is shooting 6 of 8 from 3 and 67% overall with only 1 turnover. But the rebounding battle is even and Kentucky is shooting almost 50% itself, enough to get the job done if Alabama continues shooting the way it is. Alabama 23, Kentucky 15. Kentucky called a timeout after Keon Ellis and Jaden Shackelford hit back-to-back three-pointers as part of a 5-4-7 overall start. What a difference from when Alabama shot 3 of 30 against Kentucky 2 weeks ago in Tuscaloosa. Ellis and Shackelford are a combined 4 of 4. Alabama 17, Kentucky 9. A frantic start for both teams as Alabama scored on its first 7 possessions and Kentucky on 4 of its first 6. The Tide is shooting 7 of 10 from the field and 3 of 4 from three-point range, with all 5 starters having scored in the game's first 4.5 minutes. Now Alabama needs to keep it up. The Tide also started 9-1 against Kentucky at home in the first meeting this season and fizzled after that. Pre-game, Jaden Shackelford is back in the starting lineup for Alabama over Noah Gurley. CBS edits NCAA tournament bracket preview show before tip-off, with the tournament committee revealing its top 16 overall seeds. Alabama did not crack that field, but the committee's Tom Burnett said Alabama was one of a handful of schools considered for the final spot, a sign of how Alabama is viewed as among the nation's 20 best teams entering this game. Kentucky will be without Ty Washington and Xavier Wheeler. Mike Rodick is an Alabama beat reporter for Alabama Media Group. Follow him on Twitter at Mike Rodak.